a huge majority is so fucking close-minded and everything. I mean, literally, it's heterophobia. I mean, again, like I've said in other videos, there's nothing wrong with being gay, but, when you pander it and cram it down people's throats and everything and demand that they accept, like, every vile aspect of it. Now, not all homosexuality is vile, but, when we're talking about what you see in the streets, like the people wearing dog masks and the children being exposed to genitalia and just all that crap, I mean, there's got to be a line drawn somewhere, and that's my issue with it. And I did a video, Ardith and I did a video on that. But God, that Ubisoft pandering was so horrible. I mean, it's cool that they care about their fans and they're showing videos of the fans, but if you look today at what gamers look like, dyed hair, tight fruity jeans, Coke bottle frames to give that pseudo-intellectual style look, the haircuts are just awful. I mean, things have just, I miss the days where gamers were made fun of hardcore. I really do. When I was in high school and middle school, I got made fun of for playing video games. And, at the time being young and everything, it kind of bugged me and whatnot. But I lived, I moved on. I didn't grow up to become some fucking pansy-ass, pretty much butt boy or something like that. I mean, life goes on. If somebody's got a problem with you, you don't become the victim and demand everybody to accept you like all these idiots are doing today. But, it just was really sad. It's not about the games anymore. It's just getting these stupid political agendas out. And I was laughing so fucking hard at that third game that they did for what was Watch Dogs. Oh my God. Talk about a political agenda with that crap. Oh. But basically, I digress further. Sorry. Nintendo was phenomenal. I love what they're coming out with, like Dragon Quest XI S. I haven't even played Dragon Quest XI, and when I watched it, I was like, oh man, and Dragon Quest is a great series. I love it way more than Final Fantasy. But yeah, the first 4 Dragon Quests are the best, hands down, especially 3 and 4. Those are just, platinum legendary games there. But when they showed the Link's Awakening video, that got me hyped because I bought that on Game Boy. I remember when I was living in Texas and we went to Big Bend National Park, I got to buy that with my birthday money, and that was awesome. So I really, really enjoyed that there. But 60 fucking bucks for a game that's remade. Maybe, hopefully they'll add some new things in it, but oh my God, 60 fucking bucks for a game I bought when I was like 10 or 11 years old. I think, yeah, no, I was 10 years old and I bought it for 30 on the Game Boy. Oh, but this is the Switch. Well, it's a remade game. It's a remastered game. It should be for 30 to 40, but no, they're selling it for 60 fucking bucks. So, Zelda better show her tits on that. I mean, if for 60 fucking bucks there, Zelda better be shaking those boobies, I'll tell you that. But, I'm still going to get it regardless. I'm bitching about the price, but it's like, oh, but you're still going to get it, Gray Fox. Yeah, I know. But again, I'm still going to criticize here and there and things like that. It's our right to, as gamers. That's pretty much it though. A lot of people are just kind of concerned about like the minimum requirements of it, and I kind of cleared things up with that. One thing about it, basically, if you're not computer literate or anything like that, like one thing to understand is like the minimum requirement they have for the game, basically, they basically state, you're going to need 10 gigs of hard drive space for the Steam, AMD FX 4350 or an Intel Core i5 4460. So it's basically requiring like a minimum of an i5 4th gen. I've got an i7 3rd gen 3770K overclocked to 4.2 gigahertz. So basically, it's going to be fine there. And the i5 4460 basically starts off at about like 3.2 gigahertz. So, and the default for the 3770K is usually about like 3.8. So I'm going to be okay and everything. Like some people were just kind of concerned about, kind of like with Battlefield 1. It's like, oh, I played Battlefield 1 at high detail. I mean, I didn't play it for long because I just didn't really find it appealing. I'm more a World War II guy. And, the stuff they put in with like, I won't get into that. I'll be going another rant. But, an i7, like an i7 second gen or third gen will probably play it just fine. If you don't even really need to overclock it or anything like that. I mean, I'm sure you could probably even have like the locked versions of an i7, like the 3770 and whatnot, and you'll do just fine there. A 4350, is actually, I think I know the 8200 series is similar. It's been a while since I've used AMD, but I know the 4350, the FX 4350, I think their equivalent is like a. I'm trying to think here what their equivalent is. I think that's the equivalent of like an i5 3570 possibly. So like the 8000 series is kind of similar to like around an Ivy Bridge, which is a third gen, which is what I have. So basically, so, you'll, even if you don't have a 4th gen, if you've got an i7 3rd gen, or even probably a Sandy Bridge 2nd gen, you're probably going to be fine there. Hell, you might even be fine with like a 1st gen i7, you never know. 4 gigs of RAM, not really surprising. Probably, 8 gigs is probably going to do you a lot better. Radeon R9 280X, that's, kind of a lower end card there, or GeForce GTX 760, it's not too bad there. And then, then it recommends like a 6300, an AMD FX 6300, still not too bad there. Or an Intel Core i5 4590, still not bad. And then like a Radeon R9 290, my friend used to have one of those until I got him a 1070 for his birthday. And I've got a 980 Ti myself, or it says like a GeForce GTX 1050 Ti, but a 980 Ti blows that out of the water practically for the most part. So I'm gonna be okay. So I mean, even if you're scared, or if you have like a high end i7 like 2nd or 3rd gen, you're probably gonna be fine. I mean, this isn't like a super graphic intense game, but you want to make sure you got some buffer, obviously. But yeah, it's pretty much it there. But yeah, the one thing I was going to test, now that I remember, I'm going to go back to store here, and let me see if male protagonist comes up here. So let me see if that's an option there. Okay, so let me just do female protagonist. Let's see. Oh, search for tags. Okay, so let's do male. Let's do male protagonist. Yeah. Yeah, they don't even holy shit, they don't even have it as an option. They're just female protagonists. I get it, there's a ton of games with male protagonists and not many female, but still, I kind of have to get a chuckle out of that. Some people, I guess, are just really desperate to play as women, regardless of how good or bad they could be and everything. So there you go. Finally, before we end this video, the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm playing it in Japanese. I apologize. I mean, nothing against David Hayter. I think he was awesome as Snake. I think he was awesome as the Jedi Knight in the Old Republic when I used to play that from 2012 to 2015, and I think it was like 2011 to 2015. I was actually a founder and everything, but when they put that level sync in and then they fucked up crafting, I mean, I could go on and on. I might even have to make a video about that, but I digress there. I like when it comes to like Japanese based games and everything, I really love Japanese audio a lot more. Female voices can be sexy in it, and they usually, like, if you notice the difference, Japanese based games with the original audio, the original sound and everything, it just syncs a lot better, kind of like when you're watching anime. Not to say that there's bad anime or game voice actors out there, it's just that sometimes they don't really, they don't really fit the character sometimes. High School DxD is an example that sucks. That's it's very perverted anime, and I love it for plot and plot. But basically, it's just the dub voices killed my ears practically. But then you watch if you watch American cartoons, if you look at the '90s and everything, like Spider-Man and X-Men and things like that. I mean, their voices fit everything just fine. Transformers did okay with what they had to work with. And I mean, even cheesy cartoons like Captain and the Game Master, still love that. And Super Mario, Super Show, and Super Mario 3 and World and whatnot. The voices matched and they put effort into it, even though the dialogue and the plots were, cookie cutter and cheesy. I'm not going to deny that. They're very cheesy, corny camp cartoons, but it's what I grew up with, and it's a badass camp. It's like the Batman from the 60s, with Adam West and Burt Ward. It's just cheesy as hell, but it's great camp. It is really great camp. And I mean, and Adam West, honestly, if you kind of look at it, he embodies what a true superhero is. He overdoes it, but it's just great how, also when you see Adam West as Bruce Wayne and everything without the suit on, very distinguished gentleman, very clean cut, very good looking guy and whatnot, for his time there. So, you just kind of, you take little things like that out of it, but, yeah. And hey, rest in peace to you, Adam West. You were an awesome guy. That's pretty much it. So I'm going to test the game out when I can between breaks and everything like that from work. I don't think they're going to have a preload unless it's after midnight. So, we'll see what happens. And, yeah, I really can't wait to play this. I really can't wait to show this, I'm running it blind. I never played the demo or anything, so I'm running this blind. So I'm probably going to be rusty. I'm probably going to die a lot for all I know. I just got to get, my predictable mindset and everything. But I'm really, really excited to play this. So we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Anybody who dares. You'll probably go watch some more popular people streaming, and that's okay. I mean, as long as you eventually get to my video, whatever, or you don't have to. But appreciate everybody's time tonight, and I'll see you tomorrow.